Welcome back to Season 2 of Sailing Sitka. We are Jay and Kenna, two young Canadians who stepped outside the box of comfort and decided to act on their ambitions of sailing around the world. We first set sail from Victoria, BC, Canada, and have been adventuring around Mexico ever since. In this season, we'll be sailing on, further south and closer towards our dreams of exploring everywhere the sea touches. So sit back, subscribe, and enjoy the ride.
Good morning, people. This is Jay on Channel 6.
No.
It's your morning news report. On today's news, we are sailing to La Paz. So it'll be the first big town that we've hit since the 5th of November, and now it's the 7th of December. So yeah, it's been just over a month. It's gonna be nice to be in civilization and get some provisions that we've been craving. I've been craving ice cream for over a month. People who know me know that I live by my ice cream, so I need it. The polka dot tree ice cream place on the Malecon, Fuente. Get ready, get your Ferrero Rocher ice cream tub ready to go, because we're coming in hot. Not really in hot because there's no wind, and there won't be any wind for a while, like for a few days. So it's gonna be a motor sail today. If there's a bit of rolliness, we'll bring up the main just to stabilize us, but if not, we'll just have the motor going. It's just a 17 mile to the entrance, but then for whoever hasn't been in La Paz, the channel and entering is quite long. And I don't know if Kenna touched base with you, but like there was a hurricane that damaged like about 70 boats here about a month ago now, and apparently there's some crazy scenes in there. So really sad, but we're gonna film that for you and see what happened there. There's a huge yacht apparently right at the entrance. The bow's just sticking out like an iceberg. So yeah, stay tuned. Channel 6, back to you, Linda.
A big part of me was sad to be leaving Espiritu Santo. This desolate island was home to many beautiful anchorages, some of which you could spend all your days enjoying its crystal clear water and quiet, peaceful surroundings. I love living on a boat, and I love having the opportunity to disconnect from the busyness that life can be at times.
So pretty uneventful, short little transit from Espiritu Santo to La Paz here. We're coming up on about 2 hours that we've been doing this. Like I said, just motoring, nothing really to show, but we are going to be beginning to go through the channel to get into La Paz, into our anchorage, and we're going to try to show you some of these sunken vessels, see if we can see any, and film that for you guys. I don't know how well you guys can see on here on the GoPro, but that is the bow of a mega yacht sunken. It's actually insanely eerie to see that. That's crazy. Just the tip of the iceberg on that guy. Wow.
La Paz.
This is the first port we're returning to since last season.
It's true. Lots of memories in this port. I've actually had a boat that drug anchor here in a hurricane in 2016. Ended up on the beach. Was saved though. Gets gnarly in here when it's bad. Lots of fetch. As you can tell by that mega yacht that's sunk there in like 56 foot of water.
We love La Paz for reprovisioning. It is so easy. If anyone who's been here knows that, the marina has pretty much everything. Like laundry's right there, agua is portable at the dock, gas and diesel is like, I don't know, a couple blocks up the road, and then like the best grocery store is like a 10-15 minute walk away. So it's like, it's great. Can't really get better than that. So we're pretty excited to reprovision again. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been in civilization, since Wymus. So We had a random like 4 hours in Loretto, but we weren't able to actually enjoy it there because I'm sure you guys have seen if you're watching this, wasn't the best time. So yeah, we're excited. We're excited to be back here in La Paz.
Just looking at with the binos right now, it's crazy how empty it is compared to last season and the previous seasons. So yeah, like I know there's still beach sailboats, but we're gonna have to look. It's kind of blurry in here, but we got to make sure we don't drop the hook over some wreck and then get our anchor chain and anchor caught, because that'd be no bueno. So pretty hard to do because as you can see, it's the water clarity here isn't the greatest, but do our best. And they don't really mark wrecks here with floats or anything. So, but I've heard they clean it up pretty good. So we'll see. We're about to find out because we're getting close here.
Anchored.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's La Paz. It's like...
Oh yeah, true.
It's like, you remember how we do this?
Yeah. When it gets all strange.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for...
The La Paz waltz. All right, good to be back.
When we first dropped the hook in La Paz, which was now the second time with Sitka, our first mission was to fill our jugs that we use for showering, as well as landing garbage. On our way to the dinghy dock, we spotted our first half-sunken sailboat in result of the hurricane which passed through La Paz a little over a month prior. It was incredibly sad to see this vessel so destroyed. Jay and I are full-time liveaboards. That is, until our bank account tells us otherwise and forces us to go back to Canada to work. But that being said, Sitka is our house, and we can't help but feel so much empathy for the owners of this boat. I couldn't imagine something like this happening to Sitka, something this devastating happening to our floating home that we cherish and love so much. We shortly realized that this was just the beginning of the aftermath disaster that we were going to be witnessing here in La Paz.
Oh my goodness.
The keel's in. The keel's literally in the sand. There's a piece of a rudder right here.
And a sail.
Oh my gosh, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a cemetery. Oh, there's a furler right here. There's a full-on furler.
Oh my god.
That boat made it all the way through the East Coast from Panama Canal. Like, that boat came from the East Coast. Annapolis.
Oh yeah. Oh, these poor...
You see the water lift muffler right there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like straight up crazy. That's so crazy to see boats like that.
Furlex. It's nuts.
Sad.
Yeah, there. If you look at the holes, it just got bashed in here. Splintered.
Oh my god.
Look, the bow's like destroyed. There's broken glass here.
Film up there. I can't reach.
Like, it's like just gnarly. It's crazy the rig stayed up.
That's so sad.
Yeah. They're refloating boats right now. You can hear like the compressors filling the bags. Like catamarans are getting refloated.
Look at the bow on that guy.
Yeah, the bow got destroyed.
There's like parts in the water.
Yeah, it's...
Wow. Sad.
Yeah. that bow roller, you can tell like the bow roller crushed, like the anchor chain was probably bumping and it bent it.
Oh yeah.
And like the anchor roller is completely gone.
Sad, huh?
Yeah.
So we've been out of food for a while, and we decided this is the. Oh.
Peace. Catch me.
Gee. Oh my gosh.
Only provisions.
Nobody cares about the captain. No, we got the booze. Run away, bro.
Why weren't you holding it?
I'm passing stuff.
Only provisions we got today.
What else do you need?
When the hook is dropped on Sitka, that usually means the bar is also open. Here, Thomas was making us some fresh and classic margaritas. It was his way of saying thank you for picking his random ass up off the beach of Evaristo and welcoming aboard Sitka. We sailed him here to La Paz, which was ultimately his final destination. We loved having Thomas as a third crew member for a week, and he will be missed dearly. He adventures off to go catch some waves in Costa Rica in a few days, but for now, we drink and cheers to new memories and new friends.
All right, hi guys. Well, we're still in La Paz. Our new friend and crew member, Tom, has just left us. And now we're gonna get to doing some boat work. So Kenna actually is gonna be editing today in her moo-moo. Say hi to the people. And I'll be doing an oil change. La Paz is a great place to do this because they take old oil and they sell oil. So it's perfect, and it so happens that we did our oil change here last year, so it's been exactly a year. We didn't reach the hours yet, but we're almost there. But hours or a year, whatever comes first is when you should do it anyways. And this is the perfect opportunity before we do our crossing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fire the engine, warm up the oil, pump it out. I won't bore you with all the details. If you want to see how to do this, I made a video a year ago. Good morning, guys. All right, so day 2 of engine maintenance. It's just periodic maintenance. Yesterday I did the oil change. Today I will be doing the gearbox oil change, which on here is ATF fluid for the gearbox, and it doesn't take much. The best for this is Dextron 3. It used to be Dextron 2, but apparently they don't make that anymore. I'm pretty sure the last thing I did was Dextron 3. So anyways, you're supposed to do that every 250 hours on this engine, so I'm gonna do that today because it's due. And then I'm gonna follow that up with doing our primary fuel filter, which on Sitka we have 2 of, with a ball valve. So basically if one gets clogged, you can switch to the other one. So I'll do the one we've been using since the last one we've done. And then I'm gonna switch the ball valve to the secondary one, so that now we're using this one, and then we'll have a fresh new one for if ever that one gets clogged. And then we'll see how I feel. Kenna, I think right now is doing our Christmas card, greeting card in her moo-moo.
No.
Moo-moo is a extremely large t-shirt, which would look extremely large on me, and I'm 6'3". That's what's going on Sitka. So yeah, let's get into it. I don't know if I'll bore you with the details. I'll just show you what I'm doing maybe a little bit. Let us know in the comments if you like seeing boat work and boat maintenance, or if you prefer just seeing the tropical islands and sailing. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin'. So from what I'm seeing here, it says, depending on the cooler and hose size, but usually around 2 to 2.5 quarts. That's kind of a problem because I only have one. All right, well, mission successful. The little boat store right in front of the dinghy dock had a bunch of these, and it was just above $40 Canadian for 3, so it's pretty much the same price as back home, which is rare. Normally things are more expensive. Recommend for application that call for former Dextron 3 or Allison C4, which is exactly what I needed. But yeah, this way, because we already have one, that should give us like a full gearbox change in the future, which I try to always have at least one on board. The oil they have there is not what I used to have on here, so I'm gonna make sure before I buy it there that it's meets or exceeds the standard for this engine. We just did an oil change and we have enough to do another one, but it's an easy spot to get some, so if I can get some I will, but if not we'll have to wait. Coolant is the hardest thing I find to find in Mexico. Like the coolant we need on here is this stuff, and that's super hard to find here. So what's good about this coolant is it lasts literally forever. But because we've had a coolant leak, we've been using it quite fast. So, and that's something I need to do. That's probably gonna be a tomorrow project. Once I'm done doing all the stuff that needs to be done on the engine, then I'll do the things that absolutely need to be done. Weird order, but yeah. So once you start hearing this, you see it's all just bubbles in air. So it's yeah, she done. Okay.
Oh.
So good thing I went to buy some, because it took
Oh wow.
about 2 liters, or a little, just over 2 liters. So that's the 1 liter, 2 liters, 4 liters. So yeah, just a little over. All right, so this is the situation. It's such a tight fit in there, and it doesn't really fit inside because the hole's so tiny.
That's what she said.
So we've added 2 of these right now, but as you can see, there's a bit over 2 liters. So I'm gonna add a third of this. So I just need to pour a tiny bit more in here. And that should be all she wrote. It's welcome to boat yoga, people. So as you can see, this bowl is completely clean, and then this bowl is starting to get a little dirty here. So we're gonna do this fuel filter change. So right now, you can look, the flow goes from the tank to this filter. By turning this valve over, now it goes from there to here. So we're good now. We don't need to isolate it any further, because now the fuel tank only feeds this guy. So now we're gonna take this one apart and we're gonna clean it up and fill it up, and it'll be ready to go. So from now on until the next one, this is gonna be the fuel filter utilized, and for the last like year it's been this guy. Well, since Eureka, because that's the last time or San Diego, sorry. So these are the filters that I use. So they're the 10 micron. One thing to avoid too is you don't really want to have a smaller micron. So the smaller the number, the more it filters things out, basically, to a finer thing. But if you had a 2 micron here, what can happen is that you'll starve your engine of fuel completely, and then you'll be in a world of shit. So you want the higher number to be the closest to the tank, and then get smaller towards the engine. So 10 micron is usually quite recommended for this size of engine on a sailboat, to go from the tank to then your primary filter, which is on the engine. So that's the old one. And then one thing you can do is just moisturize it a tiny bit, and then you see how there's a groove here. It just sits in there, and it should be loose. That's all that wrote. And then this guy, these ones can go in the garbage, and these new ones, it's pretty self-explanatory here. And then you could technically just put a new filter in there, but we don't want to do that. It was getting definitely dirty. It's doing its job. It's good. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna empty that bowl, and then we're gonna take it apart and clean it. Hello. And that crackling you're hearing, that's stuff eating or growing on the hull, like this anchorage, like the current and stuff. Like, I gotta see, my love. I can't see with the camera in my face.
People gotta see.
I know, but this is the reality of like trying to have a YouTube channel and do work in tight spaces. A lot of times it's annoying as hell, to be honest. But we're trying to give you guys the best views of everything. But some jobs is just like nightmare central, especially because our engine room is tiny. As you can see, it's very compact. It makes for a lot of interesting swear words in both French and English for me. So yeah, we're gonna drain this, and damn, I look like a beautiful dried up raisin this morning. So anyways, we're gonna drain this, and then I'm gonna take this apart. One thing I wish they did on Raycor is that I would love if the actual bolts were on the top and not the bottom, because trying to put these back on upside down in a tight area is the hardest part of this job, honestly. So look at this, that's the gunk that's in there. Alright, so yeah, we definitely want to. So you see, this is what you don't want. So you see how Look at all this gunk, people. This is like was definitely due, more than due. Like, look at this. So if this ball valve doesn't come up, you're in a world of hurt. And let's fill. This bowl. And we'll make sure it's not leaking. Okay. So before we keep going, I'm gonna make sure it's not leaking anywhere. Nope. It always impresses me how well this seals for something that has no gasket on. But yeah, so that's good. Then, even though I said we're gonna use that one, I want to reuse this one because I want to just monitor how long it's gonna last. So this, will put this in here. And it's pretty easy. Just shove it in like that, and then we'll slowly add diesel until it's filled. Alright, so you see now it's pretty full. Gaskets stay good, yep. That's good there. And then T-handle. Put a little fuel on there. And that's all she wrote, Bubba. Alright, well, mission success. We got the engine going, so right now, as of yesterday, now we have oil exchange and filter for the oil exchange, primary fuel filter and bowl cleaned and changed, and gearbox oil changed. And then tomorrow we'll do the secondary fuel filter, so one around the engine, because I'm done for today. So, see you later!
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.